My computer was getting blurry, so I had to use my phone. Hopefully I can stabilize it. Here we go. So the headquarter region for where I'm located right now is Cheswell, Delaware. The historical territory of the Latonian Lenape, Wanzawakanik, Alawandawit, Alawalisit, Alawikaktomakulawit, Matamaos, and then in Arabic language, Bismillah. So my support channel, Latonian Dunson, Human Woman on YouTube. The channel shares Latonian speaking more advanced Nanticoke. You can see me. Speaking more advanced Nanticoke and Lenape, among her other languages of interest, including Spanish and Arabic. Some other languages Latonian speaks with variant levels of knowledge are Polish, po polsku, Finnish, and more. Educational background: all girls dorm, 2009 to 2012. Latonian Jazmine Dunson studied at an HBCU, Delaware State University in Dover, Delaware, from 2009 to 2011. Latonian transferred to the University of Delaware in Newark, Delaware, near the summer of 2011. Her last course attendance was in 2015, before she dropped out of college in January of 2016. Latonian first majored in art management and then art with the minor in Islamic studies that covered 3 Abrahamic faiths: Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. She studied Arabic, English, Spanish, Korean, unofficial, so it's not on my transcript, and grew up learning in environments that catered to European, African, and African American history. Her Native American history she had to learn on her own outside of Delaware school systems. In 2017, Latonian created her first Nanticoke writing system, and she branched off into her own personal Native beliefs of Mayosi 7, or living in the way of certainty. Islam is her religion, which supports certainty. Christianity is the religion of her family she was raised with. Latonian was raised matriarchal, hence the surname Dunson, and had to learn about her right, paternal family, and history as an adult from family, books, research, YouTube, and museums. Note: my college transcripts are a legal binding document. Making a false written statement is a Class A misdemeanor according to 11 Delaware Code, subsection 1233. Anyone who has received my college transcripts, upon which I was wrongfully referred to as they by the registrar, Carolyn Eaton Quincy, please fag it down. And Latonian Dunson versus Carolyn Eaton Quincy. A complaint is in motion. Red flag. Quincy Carolyn, University Registrar, 302-831-2727, and that's the email. So I'm in the region of Cheswell, Delaware right now. No sola sobrevivo. Prospero en el nombre de Dios. Allah. Que chamanatu. Yes, so I had to do that, When I found that out, I was very upset. Very upset. Okay? I'm not a they. I am a she. Okay? Don't do that to real women. Now, let's move on to the dedication. So, Lawanda wakanin kalawandawit, alawalisit, alawikaktamakilawit, patamawas. Bismillah. Natkok Tidewater Language channel contents. So I have my channel dedication, and I go over sadaqah, charity, in Arabic. So this Arabic has nothing to do with my heritage. I'm just, I speak Arabic, so I put that there. Sadaka. So we have historical Nanticoke, introduction to the sounds of Nanticoke, vocabulary, modern and historical, prayers, stories and songs, speech patterns, verbs, numbers, colors, Nanticoke conversations, related subjects to Nanticoke, influences and comparisons, and as well channel credits. Living life without apps on the phone was a great time period I experienced. There was no need for the constant need to report, and it was naturally assigned to the angels I bestow peace and blessings to after each prayer. I acknowledge my angels, and to the right and left of me I bear witness that I send them peace and prayers. Real life is lived offline. Whatever I share online is thoughtfully shared and only displays a fragmented view of the life I am living or sharing. Latonian Jazmine Dunson, Human Woman. Note: the only tribal nation I have come to know and lived experiences were Tzotzil Mayans when I traveled to Mexico. In 2026, I am careful this time to not share stories of me and my ex. Number 8. I respect the Mayan people and I love where I come from a great deal more. The heritage of the Ramapo, Nanticoke Lenape, and Nanticoke upon which I actually come from combined from my mother and father is far better, as that is my own identity as a mixed race descendant. Nawanzawakanink alawandawid, alawalisit, alawikaktamakaliwid, patamawas. Bismillah. Of course, Bismillah is in Arabic. This means in the name of God. Natkok Tidewater Language. Dedication. The Natkok Tidewater Language channel is dedicated to my Nanticoke heritage, which is an offshoot ethnic group of Lenape or Delaware Indians, with the Lenape or Delaware being viewed as the grandfather tribe of the Eastern Woodlands. So I go over Delaware, New Jersey, and Maryland states, my paternal ancestries and maternal ancestries and the surnames that come from these communities. So I just specify a few surnames from my bloodline. There may be more. I'm not a tribal historian, and I do have cousins with other surnames, but related. So Ridgway, Pierce, Gold, Mosley, etc. So from Delaware, Nanticoke Lenape, I have Harmon, Wright, Norwood, Street, Clark, Johnson, and Morris. Of course, my father is a Wright. My natural father is a Wright. Then from New Jersey, my maternal side, I have the Nanticoke Lenape and the Ramapo. And then from there, it's the Pitts, Webster, Williams, Miller, and Cuff. And Maryland, my maternal side, I have Carney, Mate, and Matthews from the Nanticoke Lenape communities. Okay, so this is just some of the surnames. Due to the intermix in my bloodlines, I share Nanticoke, Wenami, and Muncie speeches that are inherent. 2017 to 2022, Natkok Tidewater Language dedicated the channel to Emily C. Johnson and David W. Wright and the Millsboro, Delaware Nanticoke Indian Association. 2026, Natkok Tidewater Language is dedicated to Latonian Dunson, myself, Latonian Jazmine Dunson's amalgamated bloodlines, and to her future children who will be blessed with language materials. Yes, Mama is on it before they even exist. Okay, so again, I just put here region, Cheswell, Delaware, where I'm located regionally. And then in Spanish, no solo sobrevivo, prospero en el nombre de Dios. Allah kichamanatu. So basically, I'm not only surviving, I'm prospering in the name of God. And then, let's see. Let's continue. Yes, so Wanzawakanik, Alawandawit, Alawalisit, Alawikaktamakawit, Patamaos. Sorry, I was kind of tongue tied there. So, yeah, Lawanzawakanik, Alawandawit, Alawalisit, Alawikaktamakawit, Patamaos. And then in the Arabic, Bismillah. Islamic phrase to initiate all things in the name of God before doing any task. Bismillah. So I just wanted to translate that into Lenape. So that's why I put that here. So the phrase was translated above as in the name of God, the most gracious, powerful, and merciful. Dedication. Latonian Dunson also dedicated the channel to her Islamic faith's command to give charity. Like the past, this channel is not monetized. The channel is also dedicated to those who are gone but kept the Nanticoke words we know today, such as Lydia Clark, William Vans Murray, Nanticoke informant Mrs. Mulberry, John Heckweather's Nanticoke informant, late President Thomas Jefferson's Nanticoke informant, Gladys Tantaquidgeon and Frank Speck's informants, Emily Carrier and Josiah Hill, and then, others uncovered. For those who go on and, who kept the Lenape words are under the stewardship of the federally tribal nations, Delaware Tribe of Indians in Oklahoma, USA, the Wanami, and then the Delaware Nation in Oklahoma, USA, also Wanami, and then in the Munsee Delaware Nation, Ontario, Canada. So that's for the Munsee dialects. And then other nations related as well will be mentioned upon relevance, because I obviously don't give them here. Note, the tribal genealogy on Mitsawakit has my name as female Latonian Dunson, but my middle name wasn't documented, nor the multiple paternal siblings I have. Female Latonian Jazmine Dunson or Latonian J. Dunson is my full legal name. Latonian is also a cervical cancer survivor and healing her PCOS ovarian issues. In Islam, giving charity is not just for the wealthy, but for those who seek healing and mercy with God. Islam and Myosi 7, Surgency, are my faith of practice, while my family still practices Christianity. My ancestors practiced Christianity from historical conversions for survival in the United States and perhaps true belief to descendants still practicing it today. Except me, of course. And then I'm just going to cover some concepts of heritage languages. Of course, I'm not going over all of my heritages. Just, I cherry-picked here. So, Lawantawakanik, Alawandawit, Alawalisit, Alawikaktamakawit, Patamawos. And then in Arabic, Bismillah. The longer version is actually Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, but yeah. Heritage languages. Latonian is a heritage language learner of Nanticoke. Among many other heritage languages she participates in learning. The dominant language spoken in her state of Delaware is English, and Spanish is a close second. Spanish is taught in schools, at least for Latonians' case in elementary, middle school, high school, and college. Influences Latonians' heritage languages. More languages means more sounds to work with. So from America, we have Lenape, Nanticoke, Munsee, and Wanami. Africa, Yoruba. Then Europe, Spanish, Portuguese, English. Then Asia, Chinese, Standard Mandarin. And then in the background, I just share some of my DNA results. It says that I'm Indigenous American, Spanish and Portuguese, Nigerian. So I cherry-picked these. I pulled these out and shared them for a reason. Okay? So note, I do not rely on DNA testing to determine my cultural identity alone. Prior to 2015, I had no idea what kind of Black I was until I took the test. I knew I had Native American ancestry from both my parents, From testing, they determined that I was indigenous, but they could not spot from where. Also, I had the knowledge of my Nanticoke and Lenape ancestry prior to testing. Also, some ancestry showed in me that a full-blood sibling didn't inherit. I bet my full-blood brother wondered how his sister was native and he wasn't. Same parents, same ancestors, different genetics inherited in DNA. So then I just put, I'm in Cheswell, Delaware, and no solo sobrevivo, prospero en el nombre de Dios. Allah Kichamanatu. And in Kichamanatu, this means Great Spirit. Okay? Okay, so that's all I'm going to go over right now. This is going to be for my next video. Give a little sneak peek. Here. Of course, I'm going to go into things in more detail on my channel, but, I'm just doing a little introductory. So this is not all of my heritages, of course. But yeah, I'm still learning about these here, Nigerian and the Spanish and Portuguese. Of course, I already knew my tribal heritages. Otherwise, wasn't raised around my folks, but all right. Thank you for listening. Willian Wamawe Nick. Pishkanawash Shuma. See you all again.